Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to play Star Trek Captain's Chair on Tabletop Simulator. Medically, it's much easier for me to play on Tabletop Simulator than it is to stand for 3 hours in front of a table and show this off in front of a camcorder. So yeah, we're going to play Captain's Chair with Tabletop Simulator. Unfortunately, Boldly Go and Second Contact are not on Tabletop Simulator, so I picked a captain from the core set that I have not played before. So it's going to be more of an exploratory game, getting used to that captain, seeing what it's all about. So let's just jump right into it. We're going to play as Shran. And this captain has 5 away teams, has a resupply, gain 1 dilithium per cargo you have in play, has an activation as well. Discard a cargo to send an away team to a controlled location. So yeah, looks like cargo is going to be the running theme with Shran, but at first glance, I'm not sure. I'm using these Go tokens from Tabletop Simulator to simulate when I'm exhausting something. So I'm just going to grab tokens from here and exhaust stuff as I need to. I've already set up the game, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit there, and I think this is good. Now, the actual thing doesn't look like this. You can see there's like ships over here to the left and captains are all on the top, but I try to condense everything into a part of the screen so where I can zoom in, you guys can actually see things, but I will be alt clicking to zoom in on a regular basis here. So it starts the game, it looks like, with, again, Captain Shran, and then you've got the Kumari, which is one of his ships. As the play action, deploy this ship, warp this ship, or beam a card here. This is already deployed, so I'm going to be using his activations. For example, I can promote a person from my hand to duty officer, discard a card to beam a card here, and so on. I've already dealt a hand of 5 cards, and yeah, I think we're ready to go. And I guess we'll explain minute differences as we go, comparing Tabletop Simulator to like an actual card game. All right, so resupply. Can I do anything in the resupply step for round 1? Again, this is the Cadet solo, so no bot. It's no bot I'm playing against. But the bot does have 1 of everything. So, when I'm going after a location, for example, it does have 1 of everything. I just have to remember that. So, resupply, I don't have a cargo in play, so I can't do that. I'm not controlling a location right now, so I'm gonna skip that step of it. And then I'm going to go into actions. So this is where the cards come into play. So let's go ahead and take a look at my cards, see what I have. We'll start with Terra over here. This is from Enterprise, I think. Send an away team to a location. I have to spend an action to do that. Or as an attack play, gain a glory and discard the top card of your opponent's draw deck. If it is a person, you both take an incident. Well, here's the thing on this. This is a little confusing. The bot does have 1 of everything in Cadet solo mode, so it should have a deck, 1 of everything, right? But actually specifying like person or cargo, that's weird. So I think if I play this card, I'm going to observe the first part of it, but ignore the second part. At least that's how I'm going to do it, but I'm not entirely sure. I have to stress, folks, I play to have fun and show off some really cool games. I'm going to get rules wrong sometimes, so just bear that in mind. All right, let's go ahead and look at some of these other cards. We've got plasma rifles here. Spend the dilithium to gain a red tactical on the track here. And junk a card from the market and deploy this card. And then as an attack activation, I can discard an Andorian to remove an opponent from a location. Interesting. It also says to dismiss this card when I activate it. Now, here's the thing I noticed. Shran's goal, at least on the basic side, is have 3 controlled locations in play and 4 weapons in play. So this is considered a weapon per the trait on the card. So I want to play it, but I don't want to use the activation until I complete that goal. So if I play it, it's going to sit out there for a while. Utilize, gain a dilithium, and then 2 for each controlled location you have in play. I can also instead gain points on the specialty track using matching skill icons. You've seen that before. Andoria, take control of a location, or take control of this location, and when I control it, I gain the red and yellow on the tracks here. So that's going to be nice to have. Also, if I have an away team here, draw a card. If I have 3 total, On one or more control locations, draw a card. So I want to get away teams to Andoria as quickly as possible, I think. And then lastly, Talus here is a person. As an attack play, send an away team to a location, dismiss an opponent, Vulcan, Tellarite, Romulan of your choice. If she's my duty officer, discard 2 cards to send an away team to a location. And she also has, Terra has a duty officer. Activation requires 5 tactical, though. I'm not even going to look at that until I get 5 steps up this particular track. Speaking of the track here, it looks like yellow and red are going to be my go-tos. Blue goes up to ×5, whereas the yellow goes up to ×6, and red goes up to ×6. So I'm thinking yellow and red are going to be my focus for earning points. I don't know what this deck favors, to be honest with you. So again, we're here to find out and have a little bit of fun in the process. So let's just have at it. I think I want to play Andoria right away. If I can get an away team on it as soon as possible, I can start drawing cards quickly. So I think that's the first thing I'm going to do is just take control of this location. I have to spend an action to do that. And I gain, as a control action, or as a control reward, I gain a red and a yellow. So I'm going to go up the track here. And if my head ends up being in the way, maybe I'll come over here and maybe I'll flip-flop back and forth as needed to avoid obstructing things. Okay, so that was just that. So I want to get an away team there so I can activate it. So can I do that? I remember seeing I can send an away team to a location by playing her. I also saw send an away team to a location with this. Also activate discard a cargo to send an away team to a controlled location. So let's see what kind of actions I have. I could do an away team in a number of different ways with Shran. I could do it with Shran here. I can do it with Talus, or I could do it with Terra. Now I would like to get maybe her promoted, because she's not useful as a duty officer right now. It requires 5 tactical, which I don't have here. So I'm thinking I try and promote her. I could exhaust the Kumari to promote a person from my hand to duty officer. So I think I'm going to activate the ship, like so, and promote her. Discard 2 cards to send an away team to a location. I'm not going to really use that, but at least I have that ability now. The top half is now, like, I can't use the top half anymore, but I can now use the blue part. So I want to keep that in mind. Discard a cargo to send an away team to a location. Now, if I use her, I have to spend an action. If I use Shran, oh, I still have to use an action. Discard a card. It says activation with a little isolinear chip next to it. So I do have to spend an action either way. But she does have a free play, which is gain a glory and discard the top card of your opponent's draw deck. So maybe I just do that as an attack play for free, and then, yeah, so maybe I do Shran. So discard a cargo, which is cargo here. I want to play that and deploy it, but at the same time, yeah, maybe I'll get to that later. I'm trying to get an away team out there. Discard a cargo to send an away team to a controlled location. Well, I control Andoria here, so I'm going to send an away team over here. Okay. Just to make sure I've got enough away teams. Yeah, I got 4 left. Whenever you hide the interface, it also hides the mouse over tooltips. So I have 5 there, and Shran should have 5. Okay, so we are good. Okay. So that away team, I'm going to put on Andoria. And now that I've got an away team there, I can draw a card. So I'm going to activate this, like so, to draw a card and see what it is. Confiscate. It's a directive. I can spend 4 dilithium that I don't have to gain a ship, spend 2 dilithium to gain a cargo, also don't have enough. I only start the game with 1 dilithium, 1 gold press latinum, and 1 glory. I could spend the glory as 2 dilithium, but I don't think I'm going to do that yet. Or I can just free play it and get a gold press latinum. I think I do that, because free playing stuff is good. So I'm just going to hit the plus sign on that, and I now have 2 gold press latinum instead of the 1. I do want some dilithium. I might do that. I've got 2 actions left, and these 2 cards... Or do I do the gold press latinum? Wait, let's take this back for a minute. Let's play this one for an action. Let's gain some dilithium. Gain 1 dilithium and then 2 for each control locations you have in play. So I'm thinking with that one, maybe I get 3 dilithium with that top part. So 1, 2, 3. Now I have 4 dilithium, right? So now I could play this to spend 4 to gain a ship. And that's the Kazon Raider. I mean, it has a yellow ribbon on it, which is what I'm looking for gaining victory points. So I'm highly considering that. I also need cargo for his objective over here. So I kind of want a ship and I kind of want a cargo at the same time, but this Borg spatial trajector needs like Borg, and I don't think I'm gonna get that. I'm very tempted to spend the 4 dilithium to gain a ship. Just to get the ribbon out there, that yellow focus on the bottom right of that card. Deploy this ship, force your opponent to discard a card. You may discard a card to gain a gold press latinum. So I guess this is a way to get gold press latinum. I can also, after gaining a card to the top of your deck, spend a gold press latinum to draw a card and refresh this card. Interesting. Okay, so I might want the Kazon Raider of all things. So maybe I do that. I'm gonna spend 4 dilithium, and yeah, we're gonna do that for an action. And it just says to gain. So when you gain something, new card from the market to the top of your draw deck or to your discard pile. I think I send this to my discard pile for now so I can cycle my deck out faster. And then lastly, we've got Terra. I'm going to do the free attack play there. And this is Gain a Glory. And discard the top card of your opponent's draw deck, which, again, he has 1 of everything, so I should be able to do this. However, if it is a person, which I have no idea if it would be, you both take an incident. So I'm just going to not follow through on that. So every time I free play here, I'll just gain a glory, which, you know, it could be useful. So that's it. I don't think there's anything else I can do. I've exhausted Shran. I did exhaust that. Okay, so I think we're done here. We get to draw a new cargo. Whoops, wrong button. F to flip. There we go. That is a Borg probe. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so now we move on to the cleanup step where we resolve a star date. So we've got the star date card right here. And then we place glory. So we're going to place a glory on... What do we want to keep out of all of this? That's 3 points. Gain a cargo. Yeah, Shran needs cargo, so yeah, I'm gonna go with the binars on that one. I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna junk the Borg probe here. Put it over there, and then do that. Okay, that one might be better for Shran. I guess we'll see. All right, and then we discard and draw. So we're going to put these up here. The away team stays. Okay, 3 actions. We're going to discard these. These stay out here because they're deployed. And I think we're good. Yep, and then we draw. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're out of cards in our deck. So now we can take one from the reserve. And now we have an empty deck, but we don't have to draw yet. So we'll reshuffle the discard pile whenever we have to draw. Okay, let's move on to resupply. So second round here. Now, unfortunately, I did not play that cargo card, so this will not kick in. So unfortunately, I can't use that. Control, I can't control a location here. I don't have 3 tokens at least on something over here to take control of it. So we move on to actions. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see what I have. I have, let me move myself over here again. I guess I'll just keep myself over here. Until you actually need to see my scoreboard, it just makes sense. So this is you owe me 1. Deploy this card to gain a glory. And as a reaction, after you or your opponent play Utilize, choose, draw a card, and your opponent gains 2 dilithium, or gain 2 dilithium and your opponent may draw a card. I just think I'd do that right now. I mean, there's no penalty, so I'm gonna put, yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna deploy this card and gain a glory. So let's do that. Next is a red alert incident. Put a card on top of your deck to return this card. Okay, you may promote a person from your staging area to duty officer. If I had someone to do that, I would, but we'll see. Recruit. Play a card on top of your deck to gain a person, or take an incident to gain an ally. I might consider that for the binars here, but I'm not convinced of that yet. I might want to stack more glory on this and then grab it. We've got this cargo here. Discard an Andorian to gain 1 glory and force your opponent to dismiss 1 of their duty officers. Now, this will not stay in play, so I don't need to really worry about this. And I don't have an Andorian in my hand anyway. Imperial Pride, remove an away team from 3 different controlled locations to look at the top 2 encounters. Interesting. So I need to get away teams on locations and then remove them to get encounters. Or I can spend 10 dilithium and log a controlled location to take... Wow. 10 dilithium, though? If the log card shares no traits with your captain, gain... Wow, okay. That is interesting. Okay, so I don't think I'll be using that anytime soon either. Let's use Andoria. I have a crew member there, so I'm going to draw a card. Now, I don't have anything to draw, so I'm going to shuffle, and then draw a card. We drew the Kazon Raider. I might want to get this going. Deploy this ship. Force your opponent to discard a card. You may discard a card to gain a gold press latinum. Might be considering that these actions aren't all that good. Like, I can't play this. Discard a cargo to send an away team to a controlled location. So what if I get another away team to Andoria? But here's the thing. Imperial Pride requires me remove an away team from 3 different controlled locations. 3 different ones. Okay, to look at the top 2 encounters. All right, so I need to start sending away teams over here if I can. But the problem is, like, Shran's ability only lets me send an away team to a controlled location. Now, I could go the route of, I've got 5 away teams, I can put 3 here, and then, like, that way I could draw 2 cards as opposed to 1. So maybe I work on just doing that. And I have to discard this cargo to do it, which I'm not going to use it anyway. I want to get this red alert out of my... Yeah, let's just put a card on top of your deck to return this card. Well, I'm not using Imperial Pride, so I'm going to return that card, and then as an action, play this one just to get rid of it. So, yeah, return this card. And my incidents, I believe, are, yeah, there. So I'm going to put that underneath like so, and put that there. Okay, so I've spent 1 action doing that. I've got these left. I might as well get this ship out, which is the Kazon Raider. We'll put that there. Deploy this ship. Force your opponent to discard a card. Okay, so I'm going to get I have to get the Kazon Raider from over here. Okay, and we'll put the camera back. I wonder if there's a way to save camera angles and stuff, or camera... there probably is. Deploy this ship. Force your opponent to discard a card. Okay, I did. You may discard a card to gain a gold press latinum. Do I really need to do that? I don't think I'm going to do that. So I've got the Kazon Raider here. Now I can... after gaining a card to the top of your deck, this is put a card on top of your deck to gain a person. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take an incident to gain an ally. And then I'm going to put the ally on top of my deck so that this kicks in. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to play Recruit. Just going to play Recruit for an action. And this is take an incident to gain an ally. When I take something, taking goes directly to my hand. So got a new there. And then we're going to take the Binars. I'm going to take the Glory. And I'm going to put it on top of my deck. Okay. And a new one comes out. So did I... Wait a minute. Did I play that wrong? It says take an incident. Oh, to gain. Okay. Take an incident to gain an ally, which, okay. I gained an ally to the top of my deck. Thus, take an incident to gain an ally. And then there was something else I was going to do. After gaining a card to the top of your deck, spend a gold press latinum to draw a card and refresh this card. Did I really need to do all that? Spend a gold to draw a card and refresh this card. I mean, I guess. I mean, I've got this gold press. I can get more, I suppose, right? Hopefully. All right, fine. I'll do it. Because then I can... But then I can't warp it anyway. What's the point? Like, I was going to spend the dilithium to warp this shit, but I don't have the resources to do that. So I could spend a glory, but I don't want to spend a glory. Well, that was kind of... I mean, I got the Binars at least. And then I'll play them... What was their thing? Okay, yeah, I could just gain a cargo. All right. Well, I mean, that wasn't the best round, to be honest. Is there anything else that I could have done? Discard 2 cards, send an away team to a location. Discard a cargo to send... Okay, I did... Did I do that? I did do that. So he would be exhausted. Deploy this ship. I still haven't deployed... I have not gotten a cargo out here, unfortunately. So that's it. So far, I don't know if I'm doing well or not, to be honest. I mean, I feel like I'm not making any progress, but so it goes. Yeah, so we're going to clean up. One action there. Now, I could, can I do anything here? Discard a card to beam a card here? No. Okay, yeah, just checking. All right, discard. You have a communication in play. Is she communication? No. No communications in play. Okay. Refresh. And what am I missing? Oh yeah, Stardate stuff. We have to resolve the Stardate. So we're going to take a glory from there. I'm going to put that on the cargo this time. Gain 2 gold press latinum. I think we're going to want that. Return up to 2 incidents from your hand. Or, yeah, this is a blue focus. I don't know if I really want this one. Although returning incidents would be helpful. But I think I want this one more. Because I need cargo. Okay, so I did that. I'm going to discard the Borg probe. Because I don't think... You may spend an action and a dilithium to recruit him. What about him? Gain a cargo from the junk? Take an incident to scan for synthetic... Yeah. I'm going to get rid of the Borg probe on that one. Okay. Alright, I want that one, the Zindi Reptilian Battleship. It has a red focus ribbon on it on the bottom right there, so I think I'm going to want that one. And it also says you may gain a cargo. Yeah, I think Shran is going to... I think that's a very important card to grab. So I'm going to try and reserve that with a glory next turn if I can. Okay, so moving on to... Oh, I have to deal myself some cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And yeah, so now we're into resupply. Again, I don't have a cargo out here. So I can't make use of his... I need to get some cargoes out there. That would be really helpful. And I'm not controlling a location, so there's that. Okay, moving on. What can I do? There's Utilize, and I could have sworn there was a card that... Yeah, after you or your opponent play Utilize, choose. Draw a card and your opponent gains 2 dilithium, or gain 2 dilithium and your opponent draws a card. I think I want some dilithium with Utilize there. So I'm thinking I play that for sure to get some resources. I do want to play Plasma Rifle so that I can get his resupply thing going. And I wouldn't mind getting this to gain a cargo. This I'm not going to use, and confiscate, I can just get a gold press latinum. Although, yeah, I can't get a ship right now, not with what I've got. So I think I've got 3 actions queued up here. I can also draw a card with this. So I could use Shran's activation to discard this cargo so that I can get an away team here. That way I can draw 3 cards, or an additional card, 2 cards instead of 1 with Andoria. The question is, do I want to tie up that many away teams on one location like that? And I really want to get this plasma rifles thing going. So it's like, all right, I think deploying it is the smarter play here, because I want this resupply to kick in as often as I can. So I'm going to play this one to deploy this card. So that's 1 action. Spend oh, I don't have dilithium. Okay, hold on. We'll get it. Let's do this one first. This is an action. Gain 1 dilithium and 2 for each control location you have in play. So I'm going to gain, I've got 1 control location, so I'm going to gain 3 dilithium. Okay, so that's done. And now I've got the resources to deploy this, which is spend a dilithium to gain a tactical thing. I should be on 2. There we go. And junk a card from the market and deploy this card. Let's junk data there, or B4 rather, and put, ooh, we want Lursa too. She's got that red thing as well. That's good. Okay. So now we deploy this card. I can discard an Andorian to remove 1 opponent from a location. Yeah, okay. I don't want to use that attack. I need to keep this out here for the sake of getting his goal done. Okay, I'm going to free play this to gain a gold press latinum. There we go. Okay. Then want to play this one here to gain a cargo and then log this card. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be helpful. So yeah, gain a cargo, log this card. Yeah, okay. We're going to do that. So let's take the glory off of it, and we're going to gain this. Now, if I put it to the top of my deck, I can use this after gaining a card to the top of your deck, spend 1 gold press latinum to draw a card and refresh this card. Do I want to do something with this first before I spend before doing the whole Binar thing? That should I like warp this ship somewhere maybe so it's exhausted? Well, okay, no, this is a reaction, so this card has to be ready to do that. Okay, so here, yeah, so I did it in the right order. So we're going to take this, we're going to gain it to the top of my deck. We're going to, as a reaction, and this is going to exhaust the card, right? Because I'm using that reaction. After gaining a card to the top of your deck, spend a gold press latinum to draw a card and refresh this card. So I'm now going to take it right back off again. I think I played it that right way because I'm exhausting it to do the reaction, and then I just get it back. I refresh the card again. Okay, so I just gained that hollow suite that was then, put out. Okay, so now I've got this. I've got 1 action left. Oh wait, I had to spend an action to do this. Ooh. Maybe I keep this in my hand so that I can, or what I can do is now I can use Shran's ability to discard a cargo to send an away team to a location. Let's do that. So I don't have the actions to play cargo right now because I need an isolinear chip to do that. I can't. So I might as well use Shran's action to discard a cargo to send an away team to a control location. So now, again, if I mouse over, I've got 3 on this location at this point, which is good for me because now I can now activate this card. And because I've got 3 or more total away teams on 1 or more control locations, I get to draw an additional card. So I get to draw 2 cards with this, 1 and then 1 from my reserve. Okay, so this is going to be a good way to cycle out cards, I think. I have to exhaust him. And I can now discard 2 cards to send an away team to a location. I could discard that one, and I don't have any actions left. So I might as well use Talus here to discard 2 cards to send an away team to a location. So these 2 go away, and I'm going to send an away team to one of these locations out here. Which one am I going to want? I want a red one, I think, because icons will help me climb those tracks faster. Reveal your hand for each person in hand, gain a dilithium. That's going to be helpful for that 1 card I've got to gain dilithium to do that. Discard the top card of your deck. If the discarded card shares at least 1 trait with your captain, gain 2 dilithium, otherwise gain 1. Okay, so either way, I think Corvan 2 is going to be better because I'm going to gain a dilithium regardless, whereas this one is like only for each person. I'd have to get a lot of people in my hand for this to kick in. Either way, both are good. I'm gonna start with this one and put that there, and I might want to warp. I'm gonna spend a dilithium to warp the Kazon Raider over to Corvan 2 as well. If I can get 1 more away team over there, I'll be golden. Unfortunately, I don't have the action to do that again, so I might just free play her and gain a glory. I mean, unless there's something else I can do. Did I play Utilize at all? I did. Okay, after you or your opponent plays Utilize, draw a card and your opponent gains 2. I'm going to gain 2 dilithium. 1, 2. And then that reaction is exhausted there. And I also exhausted this one because I spent a dilithium to warp this ship. What else can I do? If I can get the Kumari over here, then I can take control of that location on my next turn. So I think I'm going to spend a dilithium to warp this ship. So I'm going to do that. So now I've got 3 tokens over here, 2 ships and 1 away team. And on my next turn, I'll control it. And I think that's going to be helpful, hopefully. And I'm going to free play her, gain 1 glory, and discard the top card of your opponent's draw deck. If it is a person, blah, 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 I'm just going to gain a glory. So there's that. Not a bad turn there. I feel like I actually accomplished something. Let's go ahead and refresh the cargo there. Was there anything else I could have possibly done? All right, that was exhausted. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to undo all of that. Oh, look, I can stack these. Did I draw 2 cards? I did draw 2 cards with that. Yep, okay. 1, 2, 3. And this is now deployed. So all of these are deployed. So that's discard pile, discard pile, discard pile, discard pile. Okay, so all of these are deployed here, which is really good. But now I have to put a glory from here. I'm going to keep the Zindi ship, I think. Because it also gets me cargo. I'm going to want to reserve Lursa as well if I can. Okay. All right, that's good. And then we get to discard some. I'm going to get rid of the Kelpians and see what comes up. Bullions. Hey, this one gains a yellow, which I could use. But I want to focus my efforts on these red ribbon ones. I think those are going to be better. Again, they're called focus, but I like to call them ribbons. Okay, new turn. Resupply. We're going to... Shran now has a cargo in play. Gain 1 dilithium per cargo you have in play. I've got 1 there. So I'm going to gain a dilithium. And he's really good at gaining dilithium, which is good. If you can get the right cards, I guess. And then we move on to control. This goes away. This goes away. These 2 ships. So that goes discard. That goes discard. Oh, you know what? I have to get 5 cards first before I do that. So let's go. This should have happened at the end of the last turn. So this first, and now we discard these during the control step. And then this away team comes back here. And I'm going to move these like that. Okay. All right. And then I've controlled this one. The control is no effect. So nothing Nothing great there, but during resupply, I can possibly get more dilithium with that card. Okay, I control a location. Now we move on to the activation. What can I do with this stuff? I can discard a cargo to send an away team to a control location. I have a cargo. I can also discard an Andorian to gain a glory. So I could discard her if I want to. That puts this cargo out here, but it goes away anyway. It doesn't stay out there. So I'm thinking I use Shran's ability still to discard a cargo to move an away team. I'm going to put it on this red one here and try and get more ships out here to do that. So that's I activated Shran. Discard a card to return this card. If the discarded card has red on it, gain 2 dilithium. She does. That's a thought. Get this out of here. Although, what else can I do? You may refresh your duty officer, junk a card from the market, or I can spend 1, 2, 3 dilithium to scan 1, 2, or 3 persons, cargoes. Person, cargo, or ally. I would like to get Lursa, really. Again, for that red ribbon. That, you know, again, I'm really trying to double down on these ribbons here. So what if okay, so what we're going to do, we have a gold press latinum. So I'm just going to play, I'm going to play this one. And I'm going to spend 1, 2, or 3 gold press latinum to scan 1, 2, or 3 person cargo ally. Okay, I'm only going to spend the 1. So I get to scan a person if I want to. Do I want it? No, I don't. So that comes back. And then I get to, because I'm scanning it, new card from the market to the top of your draw deck or the discard pile. Where is she going to go? Top of my deck or discard pile? Well, I might actually do top of my deck. Discard if this discarded card shares. Not sure about that. Gain a gold press. You may beam this card to a ship and send an away team to its location. You may spend a dilithium to take an incident to gain a ship. I might actually do that to gain the Zindi ship. Okay, I'm going to put her on top of my deck, which probably is not a good idea, but yeah. So yeah, there we go. We're going to put this card out there. And what else? I can gain a gold press latinum with that. I kind of want to I want to save my my dilithium for that Imperial Pride card. So I might want to use Lursa to gain ships as opposed to using this to gain ships. Let's look at this. Discard a card to return this card. Yeah, so I'm going to actually play this like so. And I'm going to return her, right? I want to get rid of this hostile contact incident. Do I have a communication in play first off? I don't think I do. No, I don't have a communication in play. Okay. Because I want to use her for other things too. It's just gain a glory. I'd like to send an away team to this location to get this. Like, if I can get a ship there, that's like, all I need is 1 more away team and I'm good. But I want to get rid of this incident to keep my deck nice and thin. So I'm going to discard. I can still do that if I discard this one. But I kind of want that gold press latinum. So yeah, I'm going to discard her to then discard a card to return this card. So I'm going to return that there. And then I returned, if the card had a red icon on it, which it does in the upper left under the person, I get to take 2 dilithium. So 1, 2, and that was that. And now I still have an action left. I could still use this to gain a ship rather than use Lursa to do it. Deploy that way I don't have to do an incident, but I kind of want to save my dilithium. This is a mess. I could also do 2 to gain a cargo. Discard a card to find an engineer ops. Junk a card from the market. Spend 2... If I deploy it, what does it do? Requires 3 tactical. You may have an additional person on duty. That might be interesting to have. Discard an engineer to draw 2 cards and put one of them. Okay, so I don't think, as cool as this is, like having an additional person on duty, it has that blue ribbon on the bottom, and I'd rather try and get cards that synergize with the deck I'm going for. I'm gonna spend 4 dilithium to, but see, I know Lursa's here. Let me look at it again. Gain a gold press latinum. You may beam this card to a ship to send an away team to its location. You may spend a dilithium to take an incident to gain a ship. I was thinking about doing that. That way I can, instead of spending 4 dilithium to gain a ship, it's only 1, but I have to take an incident to do it. So I'm thinking that's the better route to take with Lursa here. Yeah, all right, let's just, I think maybe I just do spend 2 to gain a cargo. I mean, it's not ideal. I'm not going up the blue track, and I don't think I'm going to use this, not really. All right, I think I'm just going to free play it to get a gold press latinum. Just so I have it, because I know some cards require that. Okay. Before doing that, there is something else I could have done first. Let's back up. I'm going to play Andoria. Exhaust that card. I've got 3 away teams there, so I can draw 2 cards. So maybe there's something here I can do that would be better. I could play Lursa right now and do that and still gain a gold press latinum. I just wish I had a ship in play to make use of that, but I don't. This is Utilize. I could play Utilize instead. Gain a dilithium, gain 2 for each control you have in play. I do need to start going up these tracks here, and I've got 1 red. Like, I don't have any symbols. I've also got 1 yellow. So I need to get more cards out here with symbols. I need to get more locations in play. Yeah, I need to do that. I'm gonna need a ship to do it. Okay, so maybe I play Lursa here now. Let's do it. We're gonna play Lursa, which is gain a gold press latinum. Then you may beam this card to a ship, which I don't have right now, to send an away team to its location. You may spend a dilithium. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm going to spend the dilithium, take an incident to gain a ship. So I get the glory there, and I'm going to gain a ship. And when I gain a ship, it goes either to the top of my draw deck or to the discard pile. So I'm thinking with this one, where do I want to put that? I can put it on top of my deck to get it out there as quick. I think that's the better thing. Let's get this deployed out here to Delta Vega to try and control this location faster. So that was that, right? Oh, wait, that was... This was to get rid of another incident, I think? I forgot. I think this was used to get rid of another incident. Is there anything else I can do? I have Utilize, but I can't play it. Maybe I hold on to that as well, so I can... Maybe I can do that. Or do I get rid of it? I think I need to play this, because that's a lot of dilithium. That is a lot of dilithium. Yeah, I think I need to bank as much dilithium as possible so I can use that other card, that Imperial Pride. This is, if you have an ambassador in play, return this card and gain a gold press latinum. I don't think I have an ambassador in play, and I don't have an action to do it anyway, so it wouldn't matter. Yeah, so I think all of these cards are just... I'm going to free play this just to get the gold press latinum with that, and that's it. Okay, so these 2 I'm going to put... Actually, no, I'm going to keep that one and put that one in there. And I don't think there's anything else I can do. Nope, didn't utilize. Discard 2. Actually, I can use this ability now to discard these 2 to get an away team over here. I'm gonna do that. I need to get this over here, and then I can get the Zindy ship over there in the future and just control that location. Okay, so that exhausts her, and I think that's all she wrote. So we're going to clean up a bit. Put a new one out there. Should have happened immediately, but I wasn't thinking. Clean that up, clean that up, clean that up. Okay. That's done. We have to put a token somewhere. I want to reserve no, I need to get more cargo. The question is, do I go for that one or like you may free play the drawn card? Yellow track is nice, but it's an action. That's really expensive. I don't want this one, but again, having an additional person on duty might actually be helpful. You may discard a card to find an engineer or ops. Junk a card from the market. Spend 2 to deploy this card. Is there something else I can put glory on? No. Warp this ship, discard a card. Dismiss a person with human that is beamed here. I don't have human. Oh, interesting. With dismiss a person with human that is beamed here to take the top card of the encounter deck and then log this card. Discard a card to deploy and warp this ship. Maybe I do go after this one so that I can get... The more ships I've got moved out here, taking control of locations, the more points I can get. And the more I can then bank with Imperial Pride, assuming I can get enough dilithium to do it. So I am thinking actually of taking this one. So let's do that. I want to junk this Forced Singularity to try and get a cargo that would actually be useful to me. But we'll see how that goes. Okay, I'm going to draw cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the Binars... I should have logged that card. So that should have gone under my captain here. And now I have to draw another card. Oh, there's human. I didn't know I had a human. Well, what was that card? There was something regarding a human, wasn't it? Oh, this. Dismiss a person with human that is beamed here to take... I could do that with this one. Interesting. Well, I'm trying to draw a 5th card and I can't. I need to take a reserve. All right. And it's an incident, because of course it is. Don't I have enough of these incidents? Okay. And these should have gone into the discard pile, right? Junk a card from the market. Did I not do that? Oh no, if you paid 2 or more, draw the gain card. I did not. Okay, so now everything's kosher. Okay. Let's take a look at resupply. During resupply, gain 1 for every cargo that you've got. I've got the 1 cargo there, so I gain a dilithium. No other resupply that I can see. Oh, discard the top card of your deck, which I don't have, so I need to shuffle. Discard it. If it shares at least 1 trait with your captain, gain 2 dilithium. Andorian. Well, yeah, that's that. So I'm going to gain 2 dilithium from that location there. It sucks because, I could use people, but so it goes. But yeah, that's not bad. And that was resupply. Okay, moving on to controlling. I need 1 more token over here to do that. So now we move on to control. This is the card I was talking about. Spend 10 dilithium and log a controlled location. My goal is to gain a bunch of cards, get a bunch of dilithium, and then log them to get encounters. But I would remove an away team from 3 different controlled locations to take... I want to do that too, I think. That way I don't have to lose the locations. I just have to get away teams out there. Okay. That might be safer, because I still need to go up these tracks, and I can't do that if I'm logging controlled locations, because they have symbols on them that I need. That's the other problem. Okay. Well, getting back to this, let's see. The Zindi ship I'm going to play so I can get this out there. This is deploy this ship. I can do one of two things. Deploy this ship, you may gain a cargo. If the gain card is a weapon, beam it here and gain a glory. Well, that just so happens to have that. Deploy this ship, gain 1 glory per time travel you have. All right, I'm going to do the top one. Deploy this ship. You may gain a cargo. I will gain a cargo. If the gain card is a weapon, which it is, beam it here and gain a glory. So I now have that card underneath, and I gain a glory for doing it. Okay. I need to have 4 weapons in play, and that is a weapon. I've got 1 weapon. I've got 1 under there. I need to get 2 more weapons out, but I don't think I have that yet. I need to find more weapons in this deck. Oh, I need to find weapon. Okay, I was thinking just 4 cargo, but it specifically says 4 weapons, so I really need to cycle this out a lot faster than what I'm doing. Okay. Now I've gotten it out there. Spend a dilithium to warp this ship. Yeah, I'm gonna spend the dilithium to warp this ship. First I need the Zindi reptilian battleship there. I really don't want to gain I don't want to lose this ship right now, but you know, so it goes. Move it out there, and that was I exhausted that. That's done. Next, put a card on top of your deck to gain a person, or I can take no more incidents. Please, no more incidents. Can I get rid of this? Spend a gold press latinum to return this card. You may refresh a ship. I don't see a reason to refresh that one. Scan for a human, log this card. No. Take an incident to scan 2 of ally. Okay, so either way, I can log this card, but I don't know if I really want to do that when I've got this possible Voth research vessel that I can use to get an encounter. So maybe I use her ability to get another away team somewhere. But I don't have any more away teams available, which sucks. So what am I going to do with this? Put a card on top of your deck to gain a person. I can put her on top of the deck to gain a person, but I don't want this Kelpian. Whenever you take or return an incident, gain a dilithium. Before scoring, find and return up to 2 incidents? Huh. That's interesting. That it might actually be useful to me, but it also has that 1 asterisk down there. I don't know why there's an asterisk. Like, why is there a special condition associated with that? But again, I don't want to clog up my deck either. So as much as I want to do that, I don't think it's useful. Let's get this done. I'm going to spend a gold press latinum. To return this card, I may refresh a ship. So let's get this out of here. Great. So that's that. And from 3 different control locations now. Scan for human log. I really want to piggyback off this, but I don't know if it's worth doing. Scan for a human, log this card, or take an incident to scan 2 of ally. I don't think I want to do that. What I am going to do, I'm going to use Andoria to draw some more cards. So I'm going to put that there and draw 2 more. This Hollow Suite is not a weapon, so maybe I didn't actually need this. Although being able to scan for more cargo is really good if I had the gold press latinum to do it. Discard a card to return this card. If the discarded card has yellow on it, gain a gold press latinum. If you have an ambassador In play, return this card and gain a gold press platinum. I don't think I have Ambassador. In play, even? No. I may want to do this one just to get it out of there. But I also want to gain 2 gold press platinum. You may refresh your duty officer, junk a card from the market. I think I play this one for the sake of junking this unstable wormhole to try and get the weapons out here as quickly as possible. So I think I play this one. Gain 2 gold press platinum. You may refresh your duty officer, which I can't do. And then junk a card from the market. Let's junk this one to get that out. This is a Ferengi and beverage, which I don't want. Next time this comes up, I may try scanning for cargo. But I have to, like... I really have to spend a lot of gold press platinum to scan for 3 of them. It's just, the top 3 may not be a weapon. I don't know. That's the thing. But I think I've played everything I possibly can here. I couldn't... Now that I've played her, or now that I've played this, I can now take away from it temporarily and then add to it on my next turn. So what I may do is I might discard this and this to send an away team to a location. So I'm going to send one of these guys. What am I going to want? You may put a card on top of your deck and spend an action to enlist a development. Nah. Armagos Observatory. You may gain a person. If it is a scientist engineer, gain a glory. After putting an encounter into play, gain a glory, and you may log a card from your hand or discard pile. When you log this card, warp all your deployed ships to one other location, then draw 2 cards. Why would I log it? Like, I mean, I need locations. This is 3 points. That is no points. You may put a card on top of your deck to spend an action to enlist. I don't know. I think I'm going to put that here and go after this one. Now, I've only got 2 here now on this location, so I need to get an away team there on my next turn and then use its ability to draw 2 cards. Utilize was not used this turn. I'm not going to use that. Throwing resupply, I already did that. Discard a cargo, which I don't have. Okay, so I think we've done everything we can here. So I'm going to then discard these because I'm not going to use them. I'm going to get those done there. That is there, that is there. And that's good there. Okay, and then discard... Oh no, this is out here. And this is still on it for now, but it's going to go away shortly. And then this one also goes away. Okay, and then I need to add a glory to... I'm going to double down on this Voth vessel. I want to keep cycling out this cargo until I can get more weapons. This is a doctor. Jeez, okay. I need to get rid of these stupid cards. Okay. Now we draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we've got some stuffs. Okay. Okay. We resupply. We're going to resupply. We have 2 cargos out actually right now. During the resupply step, we have a cargo hiding underneath there, and we've got a cargo there. So gain 1 cargo, or 1 dilithium for each cargo you have in play. So I'm going to gain 2. Other resupply. Discard the top card of your deck. Does it share anything with the captain? Imperial Andorian, no, nothing. So instead, I gain 1 dilithium. So I'm up to 9 on that. Okay. And, control. I'm going to discard the Zindi there and put these away teams back on the captain to control this location. Control is no effect. Okay. Oh, and the Zindi card goes here along with the cargo. I'm gonna have to get that cargo back out. Beam it somewhere. Discard a card again. Force your opponent to reveal their hand. You may discard an attack from their hand. Yeah, I don't know. I think I need to start beaming cards to ship. I need to keep a ship out here and just beam cargo to it just to keep them out. I think I'm gonna have to do that sooner rather than later. Same thing with this. I'm gonna have to start beaming cards as I see them to a ship. So I think what I'm going to do is discard a card to beam a card here. I think I'm gonna, deploy these ships and start beaming cards to them. I can use Lursa to gain Gold Press Latinum, beam a card to a ship. You may beam this card to a ship to send an away team to its location. Okay, let's get ships deployed first before I use that. So let's get the Kumari out here. I'm going to spend an action. This is deploy this ship, warp this ship, or beam a card here. Well, I only have the one cargo to beam right now, and I think I'll use Lursa to beam a card. Okay, you may beam this card to a ship to send an away team to its location. So I think I'm going to warp the ship. I'm going to bring that. That's 3 yellow. Beta Z? Yeah, actually, no. I need to double down on this. I'll get this next time, hopefully. Oh, you know what? It's going to go away. At the beginning of your next cleanup step, wipe the market. Yeah. So this Beta Z will go away if I don't do something about that. So maybe I put this here and then move this away team over if I'm able to. But that means that I'm stuck with 2 away teams here. I'd rather get 3. I'm gonna have to leave 2 on here for a while. Okay. Yeah, I want to keep a token on Beta Z because that's huge there. So I deployed this ship, warped it. I can I can discard a card to beam a card here. So I might discard a card to beam this cargo there, but you may beam this card to a ship, send an away team to its location. You may spend a dilithium and take an incident to gain a ship. I'm tempted to get that Voth vessel. I might be like going too hard on ships right now, but I feel like doing it. Do I have enough actions to play everything I want? Utilize. I want to play utilize. I need to start going up these tracks here. I can start going up red. I can also gain more dilithium, but I need to start going up these tracks. Okay. Let's go with her to gain a gold press latinum. Then you may beam this card to a ship. I'm going to beam it to this ship here. And that was to send an away team to its location. I could do that. I can also move it from here, right? Like I could move that one over because I really don't want this location. So maybe I do that. It's kind of a waste, but I'm going to beam this one over. Like so. I want this to cycle out because I don't want it. I don't want the Amargosa Observatory. So I'm going to do that. And then it says, I may spend a dilithium to take an incident to gain a ship. I am really not sure about this. I dismiss a person with human that is beamed here to take the top encounter and then log this card. I'm tempted to go that route with it, but am I thinking too much into this? Like, that's a lot of effort for just one encounter, when I could be gaining encounter with Imperial Pride when that comes up. And this is just an extra vessel. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure about that. This is rough. You know what? I'm not going to do that yet. I don't think I'm going to. I want to keep my deck incident free. I don't think I want that ship right now. Or do I? I'd have to beam that one human there. Dismiss a person. Was that person a human? I just want to look through my discard pile real quick. I'm going to shuffle this anyway. Yeah. Oh, no, this is an ally. This is an ally, so that would not work for that Voth vessel. Okay, so my original thought of using this, I can't. But the glory tokens are kind of stacking on it, so I mean, maybe I'll grab it in the future. But that actually answers my question. I'm not going to bother with this ship right now, so I'm just going to put that there. I did send an away team here, and that's, what, 2 actions there? Yep. Utilize. I want to use Utilize to start moving this along. Gain 1 specialty track. I'm going to gain red, I think. 1, 2. I mean, that's not a whole lot. Oh, I've got the Kumari out here. That's 3. So I'm going to gain 3 red. 1, 2, 3. I need to start doing that. I also need to get yellow up there, too. Okay, I've got this cargo. I think I can't play this, unfortunately. What can I do? I can discard a cargo to send an away team to a controlled location. That's an activation. I can't do that. I can discard 2 cards, send an away team to a location. So I can discard these 2 with her to send an away team to a location. So I'm actually going to send that over here to control that location for next time. I need to start moving up that yellow track as well, and I think that's going to help me do it. What bothers me is that I'm not getting my cargo out there soon enough, I think. I'm not doing a very good job of that. Because I need to get cargo. I need to get 4 weapons out there and in play and have 3 controlled locations in play. I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got that done. I need to get the cargo out there. But in order for that to happen, I need to beam weapons to a ship that might be out here or get them in play. Okay. I exhausted her. I played Utilize, right? So I'm going to actually gain 2 dilithium from that. And that exhausts that card. And yeah, I think that's all. Okay. So we're done with that. We move on to at the beginning of your next cleanup step. Wipe the market. So we have to wipe all of this, except for the, oops, not there. We have to do that, except for things that have tokens on them. Is that a weapon? It's attack and creature. It's a tribble. Do I want it? Junk a card from the market? No, I think I need to keep cycling crap out until I get more weapons. Okay. And then I have to get rid of these locations. 1, 2. Okay. That one has yellow and that one has red. Ooh, that's actually good. I want that one too, if I can get it. Okay. Let's go 1, 2, 3. This goes away. This is deployed. This is deployed with it. Okay. And I now... Okay, so I need to move that out. I'm just going to throw it up there. And I put... Nope. Glory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I need to put a glory on something. I'm going to just double down on that. Maybe I'll grab that card later. Go all in. Gain tactical, steal 1. You may free play business. Nah. Spend 2 dilithium to scan 1 of cargo. No. No. Okay. Yeah, let's keep doing this. Now, I put something there. I can also trash something, right? I'm going to trash this dribble. Beam. Oh, there we go. Phasers. Okay. We want that one. We need that one. So we're going to grab a reserve. And then because we need a card, and then 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. There's the Zindi again. All right, so now we are at the resupply step. During resupply, gain 1 dilithium per cargo you have in play. There's 1 there. And did I have... I must have gotten... Yeah, I got rid of that other one. So I can get 1 there. Great. Resupply, discard the top card of your deck. It does not share anything with Shran, and this is the card I needed to gain a cargo, which sucks. So that's unfortunate. I might have to like when this, I'm gonna have to put glory tokens here and just grab it when I can. Okay. What other resupplies do I have to do? Reveal your hand. For each person in your hand, gain a dilithium. 1, 2, 2. So I gain 2 dilithium there. Okay. Any other resupplies? I don't see any. So I'm going to then control this location. So these guys come back. And that goes away. The Kumari gets discarded. And I gain Betazoid. This comes out. Oh. Put that there. Okay. Regular 1. Okay. Control location is done. I gained 2 gold press latinum for that. Okay. So now that I've controlled a location, where do I go from here? I need to get this beamed to a ship that okay, the Zendi, I need to get this deployed, and I need to start beaming things to it. You may gain a cargo. There we go. So I don't need that other card to do it. I can just gain a cargo. I'm going to deploy the Zindi ship. Just deploy it. You deploy this ship. So the Zindi needs to come back. I'm going to start beaming cargo to it. You may gain a cargo. Yoink. I'm just going to gain it. If the gain card is a weapon, beam it here and gain a glory. So there's that. It goes right underneath there. That's 2 weapons I now have out in play. I need to get this one beamed here. So discard a card to beam a card here. I think I'm going to possibly beam... At this point, do I need any more locations? I mean, it would be nice. I want to beam this Mekhleth, which is a weapon, onto that Zindi ship. Scan for a human... No, I'm definitely going to activate the Zindi. I'm going to discard a card to beam a card here. So the Mekhleth is now on the Zindi ship as well. So that is now 3 weapons in play. If I can get that 4th one to play, I've completed this goal. Now I need to work on getting up the tracks here to score points and get more red and yellow ribbons under my employ. So that's not bad for that. Now we've got some actions left. Let's send an away team to a location. I kind of want to go after this Dazaria down here for those red symbols so that when Utilize comes up, I can use that card to get more red. So I might start sending away teams over there. Or do I send an away team here so I can draw 2 cards instead of 1? That's the other thought. What does she do? Draw a card, then either keep it or discard it to gain 1 glory or log it. Okay. Well, let's just free play her. Draw a card. Hollow Suite. I don't need any more, like, stuff from the market, I don't think. Draw a card, then either keep it or discard it to gain a glory or log it. I think I might actually log this one because I don't... I mean, yeah. I mean... I can use Shran's ability to then, like... I can use Shran's ability to discard it to send an away team to a control location, but that's going to cost an action to do. I've got 2 actions. I might as well use both, right? So maybe I keep it for now and then use Shran's action. Let's do that. So Shran, activation, discard a cargo to send an away team to a control location. I'm going to put that on Andoria. There are now 3 there. There are 3 there. So now I can draw 2 cards. I'm going to go ahead and just use that now before anything else happens. Exhaust that. No, don't care. Discard a card to return this card. If the discarded card has yellow on it, gain a gold press latinum. If you have ambassador in play, again, she is not an ambassador, unfortunately. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, these are just going to get discarded probably. I still have her. I want to send an away team to a location. I think I do that. So I'm going to play her, send an away team to that location down here. And I want to get that controlled for 3 points and those red symbols. I think that's going to be helpful too. Or instead of grabbing that, what if I start beaming away teams to the locations I have so that when Imperial Pride comes up, I can start using that? That might actually be better. Yeah, because we need to start banking some points big time. I think we need to start doing that. So for right now, yeah, we're gonna put an away team on Delta Vega. We're gonna put an away team on Delta Vega there, and these I don't think I can do anything with. She's not ready. Nope. 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 Okay. So I think that's all I can do. So I'm going to discard these. I'm going to... Do I want to keep this? Like, maybe I just go all in on this Voth ship and just, like, continuously... Like, if I can get it at the end of the game, great. And that's, like, what, 4 glory, 5, 6... If I can just keep stacking glory, that's, like, 8 or 9 points at the end of the game if I grab it. But I also want to get red symbols on the bottom right, and I haven't seen too many of those. I'm a little concerned about that, or yellow for that matter. Let's get a new person, and he's a blue. Not helpful. Not helpful. I wish there were more ways to junk cards. I know there's some cards that do it. Okay. So this card... Okay. That one is deployed, so that stays there. We're ready. Okay, so we've got 3 actions there. And what am I missing? Okay, I have to draw cards. Yeah. So how many do I have here? 3 left. Okay. There's that Imperial Pride. And there's that weapon. Okay. So, I need to get a reserve. I'm out of reserves now. So I can start getting developments, and hopefully some of them in here have that red symbol. Or that red ribbon. I haven't looked. Okay. Discard a... Okay, so I've got some new cards. Let's go with the resupply and all that first before we jump into the cards. Resupply. Shran, gain 1 for every cargo you have in play. I've got 2 under the Zindi battleship, and I've got 1 there. That's 3. So 1, 2, 3. Great. And then resupply here. I need to draw a card, but it can't. So I need to shuffle. Person. Shady and Klingon. Imperial Andorian. So none of the traits match, but I still gain a dilithium because it says otherwise gain a dilithium. So that's good. That resupply is done. Reveal your hand. For each person, gain a gold press latinum. Gain a dilithium. I have no people, so no. And that's it. No control. And now we move on to our turn. We need to start doing this. So I think I don't want to start logging locations yet. I've got the dilithium to do it, but I need these symbols to move up the track. So I'm thinking I use this with away teams. I can discard 2 cards with her to get an away team to like here, and then play Imperial Pride. I think I do that. I also need to do this. What's my reward? Scan 1 of ship, draw a card, and gain an action. I'm just going to copy paste because I'm going to get that later probably. Because I also have this. Attack, play, discard an Andorian to gain a glory. Okay, well, I'm just going to beam it to a ship. Can I do that? Discard a card to beam a card here. This one. I'm going to discard a card to beam a card here, which I did. So now I've got 3 weapons. I got a weapon there, and weapon there. That's 3 weapons on the Zindi ship, and then 1 here. That's 4 weapons in play. Because I've done that, should I finish? I have to exhaust that. Okay. And then it says have 3 controlled locations and 4 weapons in play. I can scan 1 ship and draw a card, gain an act. Okay, so I'm going to gain that so I can gain an action. I'm going to scan anyway to see what this is. It is a yellow. That is something I may actually want for endgame scoring. It's not something like I would use, but it does have a symbol on it that I want. So I'm actually thinking about just having it, and then it sucks because it's going to come up and I'm not going to really use it. There's got to be a way to, like, I wonder if I can just log it somehow. Well, anyway, I'm gonna take this one, actually. Yeah, scan 1 of ship, draw a card. To scan 1, I'm gonna put that in my discard. Draw a card, and then gain an action, which I did. I have 4 now. Okay, so this is now done. I'm gonna just put a go token here as a reminder that, hey, you did it. Congratulations. I now earn points on these tracks, which is nice. But I'm not done. Let's Imperial Pride, remove an away from 3 different locations. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I need to get an away team out here. How am I gonna do it? Take control of this location. You may free play a cargo or ship. If there are no away teams here, dismiss this card. Discard a card with at least 1 weapon to send an away team here and gain. I don't know about this one. I mean, let's for now, I don't think I'm going to go that route with it, because I don't have a cargo or a ship to free play. If there's no away teams here, dismiss this card during cleanup. It's just a waste of an action. I'll do it if I really have to. Discard a card with at least 1 weapon, which I don't have on me, to send an away team here and gain. That's a way to go up yellow. I might have to play this, but I need to get an away team on here. And I don't think I have a way to do that reliably. It just says, yeah, if there are no away teams here. I need to get an away team there. And I don't have a weapon on me. Can I recall a weapon? Discard an Andorian to remove 1 opponent for location. No. Take an incident. No. Dismiss this card. No, maybe I keep this in my hand, but like now what I need to do is get my I need to get this cargo off here so that I can then use this. Oh, or a red. Or a red symbol. It doesn't have to be a weapon. It could just be a red symbol. And I've got a couple of crew members with red on it. The problem is getting them. Discard a card with at least 1 weapon, or red, or yeah. Oh, this is rough. Okay, yeah. Part of me wants to get away teams back off of the Zindi, or the weapons back off the Zindi, so I can then use this a lot more often. And I score at the end of the game 4 points if there are 2 or more away teams here. Score 4 if there are 2. Yeah. Okay. I need to find a way to get this out. So for right now, let's focus on this Imperial Pride. I'm going to exhaust this first, because I'm going to be taking away teams off of it to draw 2 cards. So I'm going to go 1, 2. And none of these are really looking good to me. I am going to use Talus's ability, to discard 2 cards, which is going to be that one and that one. to then send an away team to a location. So I'm going to send an away team there. Okay. And now I've got this done. Remove an away team from 3 different control locations to look at the top 2 encounters. Take one of them and return the other to the bottom of the deck. So I can put an away team back from there, and from here to then look at the top 2 encounters. So let's take a look at that one and that one. Okay. That has a red slash. I need that. Draw a card for each control location with 1+ away team you have. If you have a scientist in play, gain an action. Scan 2 of either person, cargo. That's not bad, but at the same time, I mean, V'ger's 9 points. Log up to 2 cards from your hand or discard pile. I might want to log cards for the benefit of that's 9 points. That's 9 points. And this is going to be situational, whereas this one is just log up the 2 cards. I can get rid of like cards I'm never going to use again, just so I can get Imperial Pride out faster. I think I take V'ger, and even though this has a red on it, like V'ger, that's looking really good. So I'm going to discard, as much as it hurts to discard an encounter with a red on it. I'm going to take V'ger, and when I do that, I have to play it, and it says take them, so I can take it right to my hand. And now it says log up to 2 cards from your hand or discard pile. I'm never using this again, I don't think. So I'm gonna log that one. And is there a card in my discard I want to log? Yeah, I'm gonna log that one. Actually, no, I want to keep this one in case I need that ship up there, and then I want to log this holographic ship. So I'm gonna log those 2, and put that behind the captain. And that was V'ger. That's a free play. Okay, so that's good. 9 points too. And I want to free play that, I think, for a Gold Press Latinum. Or do I game the ship now for 4 points and then log it later with V'ger at a different time? Is there any other way I can draw cards? Because I want to get a weapon out. I don't have it. Let's do this one. I need to go up specialty tracks, so let's go with an action to do that. Gain 1 specialty track, either blue, yellow, or red for each matching skill icon. So I can go up 1, 2, 3 yellow. That one ship I have is not in play, so it's 1, 2, 3. Shran doesn't have one. Talus has, so I can go up 4 yellow or 2 red. I'm gonna go up 4 yellow, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. It's getting like near the end of the game, so I'm trying to get as much of that done as possible. And I still have 2 actions left, which is unfortunate. I can free play a cargo or a ship. This sucks. Like, I don't have a ship to free play. I don't have a way to draw cards. I might hold on to this for my next turn. After you or your opponent play Utilize, draw a card. I'm actually going to draw a card. I played Utilize just now. I'm going to draw a card. Rather than gain dilithium, which I have a butt ton of, I'm going to go ahead and just, yeah, I'm going to, as a reaction, draw a card. Hopefully it's a ship. It's Talus. Oh. Discard a card with at least 1 weapon or red symbol to send an away team here and gain, yes. So I'm going to play this now for an action. Take control of this location. You may free play a cargo or a ship, which I don't have. However, activation, which I am going to do. Discard a card with at least 1 weapon or red symbol, which I have there, to send an away team here and gain a yellow point. Okay, great. And as long as I keep that there, I'm okay. I want to try and get 2 on there and then just keep removing them when Imperial Pride comes up. This one, I feel like just spending 4 now, 1, 2, 3, 4, to gain a ship with 4 glory on it. I mean, that's a lot of glory. I don't want to pass that up. 4 victory points. And I want to log that card later. stack is getting real high. Okay. So I'm going to gain that into my discard pile there. New one comes out. Oops. Come back. There we go. And that was an action. So that's all 4 actions. I don't want to warp this ship. Draw a card for every 2 anomaly you have in play. I don't think I had any anomalies when this was out here. Yeah, I don't have any anomalies. Okay. Am I forgetting anything? Probably, but we're going to move on anyway. So we're going to refresh everything, and that away team stays. Back down to 3 actions, sadly, but it was nice having 4 there for a little bit. We're going to put that away, that away, that away, that away. Everything else is out there, good to go. This is refreshed, this is refreshed, this is refreshed. Okay. And I think we're done. Now we do the cleanup, which is resolve star date. 2 points. Nah. I mean, I know I can gain ships, so maybe I throw that there just to try and get 2 points out of that, but I'm not sure where I would put. Gain a tactical, steal 1, you may... I mean, I guess? I don't really know where to put this glory, to be honest with you. I'll put it there. Maybe I can get an extra tactical from playing her, but I don't think that's going to happen. I want to trash this person and see if another red comes up. Nope. Okay. Now we draw some cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I need a reserve. Okay, so let's look through our reserves now to see what's there. This Andorian cruiser does not have any... it's 5 dilithium to buy it. Send an away team to the ship's location on activation. Okay, that's the location. That's not terrible. It has a red on it, which is like just to help me move up the track faster. This is draw 3 cards. You may log 1 of them. Find a weapon and log it. This one I might want, commando unit. Send an away team to a location where you have a ship. You may find a weapon. What I might do is warp the Zindi ship to, say, here, so I can just use something like that to keep sending away teams there with this action. And that has a red ribbon on it. This is a cargo for business. I don't think I want to do that. This is Cordian. Take control. May discard 2 cards to gain. No. Endgame. Score 1 point for every 4 dilithium you have. Might be worth considering. Andorian Ale. Nah. Although it has a yellow ribbon victory thing on it. Let's spend 2 to scan 1 of ally. Nah. All players may return an incident from their hand or discard pile. For each incident return, gain a glory. He's not great either, but he does have that yellow ribbon that I like. Okay, I think I take cards that focus on ribbons. I like that one, the commando unit. Let's do 3 dilithium to grab that. And then we'll put these there. Okay, not terrible. Not terrible. Okay, so we drew cards. We move on to the next round and resupply. So gain 1 per cargo you have in play. I've got 4 cargo in play. 1, 2, 3, 4. Resupply here is discard the top card of your deck. So I have to shuffle. And nothing matches, but I still gain a dilithium. Reveal your hand. For each person, gain a dilithium. I've got, nope, not a person. 1, so I gain 1 dilithium with that. Draw a card for every 2 anomaly you have in play. I don't have any anomalies in play at all. Okay, nothing there. Okay. Okay, so I'm trying to regather now. We're going to move on to the, we don't control anything. Now we move on to action. What am I going to do? I need to move up these tracks faster. And I'm not getting the cards to do it. Draw a card. Let's start with that. We're going to just play that for free. Draw a card. I can either keep it or discard it to gain a glory or log it. I'm going to log that one. So yeah, I'm just going to log it. I need to thin out his deck a bit. And that's good. Okay. Next, I want to get the Komari out here because it has that blue, yellow, red symbol on the top left to help me earn resources. So I'm going to put that there. Gain, I don't know which one it is. We'll just say it's that one. Deploy this ship. Warp this ship or beam a card here. I'm tempted to move the Hollow Suite on it, but I also want to warp it. This one can move just as easily to here. Spend a dilithium to warp this ship. Let's do that. Let's okay, so we did this. I can warp this ship or beam a card here. Do I beam a card here? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna beam a card here. Just to get that out of there. Just to get that out of there. I also have how many away teams there? I've got 2. I need to get another away team here. To do that, send an away team to a location where you have a ship. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a dilithium to warp the Zindi ship here to Andoria. Okay, so that is now exhausted. That means that I can also spend the dilithium to warp a ship, say, I can warp this, say, here. I don't know if I need to. But now I can play this. Send an away team to a location where you have a ship. I'm going to send an away team there. Then I can draw a card. You may find... Oh, it says you may find a weapon. You may find a weapon. Well, all of my weapons are... I mean, unless... Find is... Draw deck, discard, reserve. I don't have any weapons, I don't think. All of my weapons are out here on the field, so that's not going to help me at all. Okay. I have to, action deploy that ship. And what else am I missing? Okay, now I've got 3 here, so now I've got 3 tokens. I'm going to draw 2 cards. 1, 2. There's that Imperial Pride. What I am going to do is I'm going to discard 2 cards to send an away team to a location. I played this. I'm going to discard that one as well with her to send an away team to, say, this location. But if I do this with Imperial Pride, then this card goes into cleanup. It gets dismissed. I'd have to discard at least one of weapon to send. Yeah, I'd have to discard cards to get. I mean, I might have to do it only because I need to get more. Can I get another away team out there somehow? I exhausted that. I didn't play Utilize, so nope. These away teams. Discard a cargo, but that's with an action. I don't have a cargo on me. I don't think there's a way around this. I have to play this. I could spend 10 dilithium and log a location. I just don't want to because, like, I need as much as I can get to get up this track. I need to get to that ×5 at least, and I don't want to lose any more red. So, spend. Oh, but this is just for encounters. Yeah. So, all right. Let's just do this. I'm going to play this and do the 3 away teams. Just 1, 2. This is going to go away, but it's going to have to. 3. This is remove an away team from 3 different control locations. Look at the top 2 encounters. Take one of them and return one to the bottom of the deck. So we've got 1 and 2. We've got a gain 3 of each resource, which board you have in play. Nah. If you have 5 or more glory this way, destroy this card. Nah. 8 points is 8 points, and it's a wild card. So that wild card might come in handy for something, but 8 points. I'd rather log this where I can. So I'm going to keep that 8 points there and just put this one back on the bottom. That's an incident, right? Yeah. So that one goes, this is, yeah. Okay. And this one I can't do anything with. It cannot be played. So there's that. Now I could beam it to, can I beam it to a ship? Discard a card to beam a card here. I don't have any cards to discard. No. No. Okay, well, yeah, all right, fine. So that gets just discarded. And I can't spend my last action on anything from the looks of it. There's nothing to do. Okay, so that goes away. That goes away. Clean up. Clean up. Now, there was no away team here, so this also gets dismissed, this card. So that goes away. Clean up, clean up, clean up. There we go. But these all stay in play. I guess I'll keep that there. Man, Shran has a lot of, like, cards in play all the time. Okay, so now I can take a glory from here, add it to something, and then I'm going to get rid of another person. Flip. Nothing. Okay. Yeah, it's another blue. I need yellow and I need red, but all I'm getting are blues at this point. Okay. Draw some cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're out of cards, but yeah, next time we'll get another development. Did I pay the cost of that one card I got? When it comes back up, I'm going to have to look. I could have sworn that there was, what did I get? Oh. Did I log it? I potentially... No, where is it? I got a development somewhere, and I may not have paid the cost for it. I don't know where it is. Starting location. Maybe it's behind something. All right, well, again, it's going to happen. Okay. What am I doing? Okay, yeah, so new round, resupply. We're going to resupply, gain 1 per every card. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gonna discard the top card of your deck. Have to do this. Now, here's the thing, though. What happens when you don't have any cards on top of your deck? I don't have any cards on my deck, so maybe I skip that one. I'm just going to skip that. Because I don't have any cards on top of my deck. And if I bring that back over, like, I should be getting an enlistment at that point, right? Yeah. Reveal your hand for each person. There's 1. There's 2. I get 2 dilithium. Fine. And I think that's it. I have no anomalies in play that I know of. Okay. I need to get this out there. I want to play her first because she has that red symbol. Send an away team to a location. I'm going to play... you may beam this card to a ship. Send it to... No. I don't think I need her anymore. I might try and log her with V'ger. Yeah. And then if I can play that one, or I'll just log it. Discard a card to deploy this ship and warp. Yeah, so maybe with V'ger, I log these 2 cards. I'm going to play her just to get an away team here. And that's, I'm back up to 3. So now I can draw 2 cards here. So that's 1 action. So 2 cards. And now I need to draw cards and I can't. So now I can look through here and buy something. I'm going to buy that one. All players may return an incident from their hand. Oh, or do I get this one? Spend 2 dilithium to scan. Actually, I may want this so I can then discard it with Shran to send an away team to a location for Imperial Pride. So I think I take the cargo instead, and I have to pay 1 of each. So 1 and 1. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. And that was 1, and now I have to draw a second one. Why is that not there? Okay. And that was using Andoria here to draw 2 cards. Okay. Next, I am going to use Shran's ability. Discard a cargo to send an away team to a control location. That's an action, though. So, yeah, I'm going to activate him. And discard this. To send an away team to a location, we'll put that there. And log up to 2 cards from your hand or discard pile. Let's play this one because I need to. It sucks, but I need to do it. Yeah, we're gonna play that one. I need to utilize. Gain 1 specialty track. I'm gonna go with red because she's out here right now. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 red. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And behind my head there, I am now past ×3. 1 more push and I can get to ×5. But I want to get yellow up there too. This is really hard. And then I have no actions left. But after you or an opponent play Utilize, I can either draw a card. I'm going to just draw a card. Fine. And there's that one again, which I can't do anything with. I'm going to play V'ger to log some cards. I'm going to get rid of this Voth research vessel. Dismiss a purse with human. Yeah, that was a failed idea that I had. So we're going to log that one, and we're going to log the koala. Because it's just taking up space. Okay. So we logged 2 cards with V'ger. And now we're left with this. Why is the game trying to do that? Here we go. Can't do that. Can't do that. I can use her, discard 2 cards to send an away team to a location. I'm going to do that. That, and I did that as well. I'm going to send an away team here so that I now, when Imperial Pride comes back up, I can get more encounters. I think that's going to be the right approach with that. Do I want to warp a ship anywhere? Do I want to do anything? Promote a person to duty officer? I don't think so. All of this is done. Okay, so I think all of that is done and good to go. So that goes away. Refresh. Refresh. That goes away, that goes away. And, what am I missing there? Okay, glory from here. Oh, this is the last round, I think. Oh, man. Okay, well, this is... I did not have enough time to get everything done that I needed to do. So I have 1 more round to get this done. So 1, 2, 3. There's Imperial Pride. That'll be helpful. Okay. And if I can get another card draw out of this, I can possibly get another development going. But unfortunately, like, I can't go up these tracks anymore. Gain a ship, cargo, no. Draw a card. Let's do that. We're going to play her to just draw a card. Yeah, so we can't draw a card, so we need to take a development. So I'm thinking, yes, I can return that incident for 2 points with him, and it's a yellow ribbon down there. I think that's the way to go. That's going to be 2 2 dilithium. Okay. I think that's the right play here. Unless there's a way to, like... Why is that up there? Oh, that's another one. Wow. Score 1 point. I would need to play that. 4. I would gain a point for every 4 that I have. 4 times. I'd have 4 point. 4 points out of that card. Or do I double down on this yellow? I don't think I can go up yellow anymore. Discard a card. If the discarded card has yellow on it, gain. Ah, come on. It's like I'm almost there. Like I'm so almost there. Yeah. Okay. Log a control. Okay, if the log card shares no trait, maybe I log a card now and get if I can get one more yellow, that brings me up to ×3 there. Like my yellow is almost at the next step. So maybe I go the spend 10 dilithium and log a control location to take the top encounter. If the log card shares no trait with your captain, so Emdorian and Imperial. I can log Delta Vega. I mean, I could do that. Yeah. So I could just get rid of that one and gain a yellow. Yeah, so that's I guess we'll do that. Imperial Pride. Get rid of 10 dilithium, down to 9. Spend, and did that. And log a controlled location. So we're going to log this one. It does not share any traits with my captain. So I gain a yellow. So I'm up to ×3, which isn't great. But now I get to take the top encounter, which is that one. 6 points. Okay. Actually, this is good for me. Which makes him completely useless. But he has that yellow ribbon, so it's not terrible. Draw a card, you may return an incident. I'm going to do that. So now I'm going to play that for free. I can't draw a card, so now I have to shuffle. I got V'ger again. Logging cards at this point, kind of useless. I was hoping for Imperial Pride again, but so it goes. I have not played Andoria yet. Maybe I can get lucky. We'll see. But I played this. I may return 1 incident. I'm going to return this incident there. Fine. 6 points is 6 points. I have 2 actions left. I'm going to play Andoria. I should have 3 on here. I do. So I'm going to draw 2 cards with that one. And of course, it's not what I need. I was hoping for Imperial Pride or even Utilize, but it just didn't come up. It didn't come up. It's unfortunate. So I exhausted that. What now? I can play this, gain a cargo or a ship. I can free play something, which I don't have. Dismiss a card. I can put an away team here somehow. I need to put 2 away teams here. Can I put 2 away teams here? I can. And that would get 4 points for doing it. If I played this location, take control of it. Before I do that, scan for a weapon and draw a card. Maybe I do. Okay, let's think about this. There's probably a right way to do this. I could free play this, send an away team to a location where you have a ship. So I could send this ship to this location, to this location to get an away team there. Or how many cards left? I got 3 cards left in that deck. If I draw Utilize, then I'm in good shape. Oh, I can't draw Imperial Pride. It's right there. If I can get Utilize out of there, that would be something. But that's a 1 in 3 chance of getting that done. I could get 2 away teams to this location if I use him to discard a cargo, and then her to discard 2 cards. So I can still send 2 away teams here, even if I don't use that other ability, whatever it was that I lost track. This one. I can scan for a weapon and draw a card with it instead. I think I need to draw another card. I think that's the right play there. So, and then this one, I mean, what am I going to do with him? This is tough. I mean, there's a couple of ways, again, I can do this. I can play this for an action and then, like, get away teams using her and him there. But that, oh, he also costs an action to do that. This is there another way I can draw a card? Is there another way I can draw a card? Period. Is there a way? Utilize lets me draw a card, but I don't have utilize on me. No. Nope. The only way to draw a card right now is with this, if I take an action to do it. I have to get lucky. 1 in 3 chance. All players may return an incident. For each incident return, gain. I already did that with the other card. Gain a ship or cargo with dilithium. None of these are appealing to me. I could. No. Ship or cargo. Yep, none of those. Oh boy. All right. Well, I have to draw a card, I think. All right. Yeah, I don't this is tough. Okay. Fine, let's just do it. Let's just get it over. Let's just pull the band-aid off. Scan for a weapon, which I don't have. And scan. I can scan for a weapon and then draw a card. So I can scan here for a card. That's a weapon. Okay, so I can scan for a weapon, but that's going to go into my discard pile because I don't want this to be the card I draw. I'm looking for utilize, which I'm hoping is the next card. Okay, so it says and draw a card. Oh, thank God. Okay, so utilize. Yeah, I need to play this now. I have no. I need to go up these tracks more. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is so stressful. Gain 1 specialty track. Okay, so am I going to go up yellow or red here? I've got 1, 2 red, which is enough to get to ×5. Or I can go up 3 yellow. What's more important, a ×3 to ×4 for yellow or a ×3 to ×5 for red? I don't remember how many freaking red ribbons I have. I've got 1 there. I've got 1 there. I may have more. I don't know. 1. Yeah, so I got a red there. I've got a red there. I could go up 2 on the red. ×3 to ×5, I think, is a better tier increase. So I think I'm going to do the red with utilize. Okay. I guess that's mathing, sure. And then I did utilize, so I could just draw a card with that. Let's go ahead and do that. We've got Lursa there, and she takes an action, and I can't do anything with that. I can still beam away teams places, but I don't know why I would. Maybe for endgame scoring. Maybe if I warp ships out here, I can get extra points for doing it. So I'm going to spend a dilithium to warp my ship to one of these locations. It doesn't matter which one. And then I'm going to I'm going to dismiss 2 cards, which is... I wanted to control that, but I just don't have the means to... I don't have enough actions. Oh, wait. Yeah, I should only have 3. 1, 2, 3. That's yeah. Even discarding a cargo, that's an action. Can't play it. Can't play it. Can't play it. I can gain a gold press latinum. Can't play it. I can log cards. I mean, I could log cards. That's all I can do with V'ger here. I'm gonna discard 2 cards with her to get an away team out here, just for 2 extra points for the end of the game. 1 for the ship, 1 for the away team. And is there anything else I can do? Like, I feel like I'm missing something, but after taking an incident, you may find a person. I shouldn't have any incidents, and I've reacted to that. I've just used her. I don't have an action to use his activation down there. And I think that's it. I feel like I didn't do as well as I wanted to, but yeah, I mean, all right. So what I need to do now is cut the camera so I can do some scoring, and then I'll come back to you with a final score. All right, so I tallied everything here, and I'm pretty sure this is somewhat accurate. So I had 13 glory tokens. I had 2 tokens on the planets to the left there. Nothing for this score, 4 points if 2 or more away teams are here. I just didn't get around to doing that. I had 44 points, so those encounters really did help there. I only had 3 red ribbon, or 3 focus here, so 3 times the 5 on the bottom right here. I had a times 5 red, times 3 yellow, and times 1 blue, which wasn't that great. But yeah, 3 times 5 is 15. I had 5 yellow cards, and because I had a times 3 there, 3 times 5 is 15 again. So I'm wondering if I would have done better going times 4 rather than times 3 to times 5. I'm not going to do the math, but so all of these 5 figures together, I don't think I missed anything. Yeah, pretty sure I got all of that. Okay, yeah, 89. So my personal stake is, so as long as I got over 75, which is my, for a first time score, it's not, 89 is not bad. Shran is considered a low complexity deck. Now that I've played him, I'm not sure what I would do differently, because I think I've played him okay. I think I bloated his deck a little bit too much, to the point where I couldn't get Imperial Pride out there as often as I wanted to get more encounters. If you guys have any tips regarding Shran, let me know. I know I'm kind of upset that I didn't get to advance this track as much as I wanted to. I feel like had I gotten to times 4 in yellow, or maybe, I think the yellow would have been better to try and go up as opposed to red, but yeah, I think that's a room for improvement there. I think I could have done this more. Maybe use that one, utilize less to get dilithium. Maybe I should have like right out of the gate, like try to get dilithium from somewhere else and just keep jumping up these tracks. I think that might have been something to think about. But if you remember, I didn't have many cards to begin with in the beginning that had symbols on them. So using utilize to only go up 1 didn't seem like a great use compared to it like 3 dilithium, say. But yeah, if you guys have any tips on the Shran deck, let me know. But yeah, this is a Star Trek Captain's Chair. I gotta say, like, it's a long haul kind of game, but it's a lot of fun. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.